Hey guys, this is Blanket Bear. I wanted to make this video about VP lands as kind of a guide. So this is a spreadsheet I made a few weeks ago. It shows the VP from everyone on Team 1. As you can see, I was making almost 2 million VP per day just from looting my lands. So that kind of shows how much of a huge difference it can make if you focus on maximizing the amount of VP you generate with your lands. Looking for VP lands to take, you want to look at lower ranked alliances. The league I'm in right now is really dead, so there's only about 5 alliances that actually have players. But I usually look at any alliance that's ranked 20 and below. And as far as the individual players, I like to look for players like this that have a lot of gold and food and just couple VP lanes. That indicates to me that they're not really going for VP that much. And then I will try to find someone who hasn't looted their land in a while, like this one. This one would be perfect. That means that they're most likely haven't logged on for a few hours, and they're a lot less likely to take the lane back if they're not online when you take it. If I'm going to take a higher level land, I will usually send them a message either right before or right after I take the land, just to kind of smooth things over with them. If I send a message after, you can lie and you can say, hey, I accidentally took your land. Next time you're on, send me a message and I'll undefend it and you can take it back. And they will almost never want the land back if you do that. It's kind of dishonest, so and if people don't want to do that. Otherwise, you can also send them a message, say, hey, if you want the land back, let me know, and I'll undefend it, or you can just take it back. It'll be a lot less likely for them to take more than just their lane back if you do send them a message. I usually don't bother unless it's a higher level land, because lands that are around 18 or 19 or lower, it's less likely to cap those back than if you're looking at level 22 and higher lands. As far as actually maximizing VP per hour, basically, you do not necessarily want to have really high level lands. It all depends on your Titan and your troops. Typically, you'll want to take lands that are around your castle level that you can actually max the VP per hour. If I were to put level 1 Titan on a level 25 land, it would generate way less than a level 18 land. You want to capture the highest level land you can while you're still maximizing the VP per hour on that land, or as close as you can to maximizing the VP. The best Titans and troops to use, if your only goal is to maximize VP per hour, would be a level 30 Kairos. It's a 1-star Berserker. They are one of the most common Titans in the game. You basically want to go for the pure damage stats. Armor piercing and damage to Titans and charge damage don't actually increase your VP per hour that you're earning on a land. Those stats, for some reason, do not count. So what you want is plus damage or plus crit. Plus crit is a little bit better than plus damage. If your Kairos only has, let's say, plus crit for the first skill, and then their second skill is plus armor piercing, you wouldn't want to level him to level 30 if he's going to be a lane defender, probably. You could just level him to level 21. And then as far as relics, you want to use 2- and 3-star Frost Spears. You don't have to level the 3-star all the way to level 10. If you just leveled it to around 5 or 6, that would probably be enough. You don't even have to unlock really the Imperial's armor piercing, because that isn't going to actually make a difference in your VP per hour that you're generating. They just do not generate quite as much VP per hour as using Imperials, but Lakos work really well since they're pretty common as well. And you want to always focus on offensive relics. Defensive relics do not buff VP per hour very much. Armor does a little bit, but any element resist is not going to increase the defensive score of the land. And the defensive score is what gives it VP per hour. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you learned something from it. Thanks.